Hey everybody, it's Julianne from Cary Quilting Company in Cary, North Carolina. Today is Monday, February 1st, and I'm here in our meeting center with our beautiful Tula Pink Homemade Challenge trunk show. We are the first stop for the trunk show, and it is traveling to other shops all over the US and Canada before it's done. But if you haven't been able to come yet, I just wanted to sort of walk you through the quilts, tell you my favorite parts of each one, and let you know who made them and where they're from. So we'll start over here with this one. This is made by Lacey Poirier in Libby, Montana. And the thing I love about this, which is especially highlighted by the light, is that fantastic quilting. That quilting continues through the entire quilt, but because of the light source just above, you can really see it up in the white areas. All of these quilts were made with the homemade line by Tula Pink, so you'll see some similarities in color and not design, just color around the room. This quilt here looks particularly nice with our purple cutting mat. It is called Homemade Sandstone Spires by Julie Faulkner from New Westminster, British Columbia. This one's gorgeous and flat as a pancake. She did a great job with it. The quilting on it is beautiful, and I love those spikes. I think those all must have been paper pieced. I'm sure that took forever. I also love her binding. You guys know I like stripes on bindings. Next up, we will move over this way. We have 12 quilts in total to show you. This one is called Made with Love by Jackie Smith from Bend, Oregon. This quilt has really interesting techniques that a lot of us have looked at closely and can't exactly figure out. In her artist statement, she said that she created the image in Photoshop, blew it up real size, and then sewed it together. So we have all spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly how she sewed it together, but it is an astounding piece. And the thing that is amazing to me is this spool of thread. Tiny little 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch strips create that spool of thread. So this one is amazing to look at just because I can't quite figure it out, but it's a lot of fun. This next one has caught a lot of people's eye. It's called Validation by Tanya Brubaker from Mustang, Oklahoma. And this one has, I think, more thread on it than fabric. She did such a beautiful job with really heavy, dense quilting. And of course, the peacock in there is just the icing on the cake. If you look up at the very top of the peacock, all of those little hands from that particular piece of fabric are all fussy cut for the little crown on the top of the peacock's head. Next up, this is called When Novas Collide by Jody Murphy in Olympia, Washington. Jody actually saw this quilt of hers on our Instagram post showing off the meeting center. So hey Judy, if you're watching, we love this one. It reminds me of the Millie Fiore pieces where everything is hand sewn. I'm not sure exactly if hers is hand sewn, but she also has really nice detail in her quilting that outline the sewing machines that are highlighted in that particular piece of fabric. Behind me here, I have Spirals of Life by Erin Reef from Stratford, Iowa. This is just a gorgeous use of the fabric and color. I think this one actually has almost a different fabric feel than the rest. This one seems pinker or more navy or something, but I really love what she did with the colors, and the quilting in this one is also really fun to look at up close. So I hope that you will get a chance to come in and see the show while it's here. This next one kind of blows my mind. This one's called My Creative Time at Home by Daniela Martasovitsova, and she's from Pella, Iowa. This is just amazing. This tiny little quilt here, which is about 8 inches tall, is actually pieced. Those are 1/4 inch hexagons. So she made a quilt to go on her quilt, and this quilt is actually hand quilted on top of her other quilt. So the dimension in this is all hand appliqued. She's got really interesting details about her town around in the blue circle. And one of my friends noticed that all of these flying geese are actually different shapes. So it's truly an amazing quilt to look at. She's got this little log cabin quilt that she's working on, but you can see the perspective is skewed, so it's not even a square quilt that she created inside her other quilt. So really, really impressive. Lots of little embellishment details and buttons and books. So this one's definitely worth coming to see. Next up, this one is called Inspired by Tammy Wilcox from Champagne Forks, New York. And she's done a lot, let me get out of the way, she's done a lot of embroidery on this. So each of these kind of, I guess it would be like chemical signs, are actually machine embroidered onto fabric and then added to the quilt with a lot of beautiful background embroidery as well. And then she has a big embroidered piece in the middle here. But I love that she took the I don't know what they're called, chemical signs. Periodic table, and created it in her own sewing version. A lot of fun with that one. This next one is our homegrown quilt. This is called Home is Where My Sewing Machine Is by Janine Wells. She submitted it through Cary Quilting Company, and she lives in Youngsville, North Carolina. We were really excited to already have this hanging in our shop earlier this year when it was in the running to be one of the top 12 finalists. And now here we have it again while it's traveling on the International Trunk Show. One of the fun things about this, besides the really innovative design, is the quilting. The quilting design is actually a measuring tape that very closely mimics the measuring tape backing fabric that is in this Tula Pink line. You can see it really well right over here. So we're very, very excited that Janine's quilt is traveling with us. And the fact that she submitted it through Cary Quilting Company is one of the reasons that we got to host the trunk show. So we're very happy that Janine is participating. This next one is called 2020 So Chaotic by Summer Rather in Orange, Texas. This one is amazing for the design, for the color, and especially to me for the quilting. You can maybe make out here, she has quilted things so densely that these circles here puff up and the hearts, and you can see these circles here. So the quilting on this one is really, really impressive. And I also like how she added in some other colors, the red and the mustard and the deep purple that were not originally a part of the fabric line, make it into a kind of more rainbow piece. Next we have House Cat by Julia Shum in New Hamburg, Ontario. This one is very impressive, and actually a member of my bee is in a group with Julia's daughter, Claudia, who actually quilted this piece. This thing must have taken forever to quilt. If you get up close to this, the quilting is very, very dense, very fun. The thing I like about this, when I was hanging it, I noticed the back is minky, and so you can absolutely see all those quilting designs on the back of this. Of course, we don't want you to touch these quilts, but I just wanted to give you a sneak peek to the back there. And then last but not least, we have Celebrate Homemade by Lydia Cheney from Morgan Hill, California. And this one, I believe, is all appliqued. These pieces are created and then appliqued onto the navy background. Except for, it looks like the word homemade. No, that may be applicated as well. Applique as well. These are definitely pieced in, these millions of billions of flying geese. But I love the way that she took the designs in the fabric and then used them by fussy cutting and being really specific about where they went to create these secondary designs that didn't occur in the original fabric. So there's a quick version of our trunk show. We would love for you to come see it. It is available Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Sunday, 1 to 5. Regardless of if we have a class or a group in the classroom, all classes and groups have agreed to keep the doors open so that anyone who's visiting us can come see it during shop hours. We will have it here until February 14th, and on the 15th, I guess, we will pack it up and send it onto its next destination, which I believe is Iowa. So very, very exciting to have it here. Please come see it if you get a chance. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow with new fabric. Bye.